Hey guys, Blake here with another video. It's not every day that you get to unbox 60 shrimp, but today is certainly that day. I've got the package right here in fact, and feels like there might even be something else in here. So let's jump straight into the video and unbox 60 Mischling shrimp. So first of all, some of you might be like, what in the heck is a Mischling shrimp? And you'd probably be right in thinking that, to be honest. So a Mischling shrimp is a cross between a Taiwan Bee and a crystal shrimp. Mischlings are a really great one for beginners because when you cross them together, you end up with a more hardy shrimp, and also you have basically endless possibilities for breeding at a future date. So most of the time they'll look like just crystal reds or crystal blacks, but when you breed them together, you can end up with golden bees, blue bolts, or any other type of Taiwan Bee shrimp. So really cool shrimp to experiment with, play with, and you could end up with a heap of different lines starting from a Mischling shrimp. But there are people who are way better at explaining this stuff than I am. That's kind of the high level knowledge that I have on these guys. There is a little bit of a story about how I picked up these Mischling shrimps. I was just cruising Gumtree, secondhand sites and all that, and I came across this ad that had 30 Mischling shrimps for $50, which was an absolute bargain. So much so that I decided that I should do a bit of further investigation and make sure that it's legit and not going to be a scam. So I had a look at the seller, and it was AustralianShrimpTrader.com. So being a .com, I decided to do more research and check out the website and have a bit of a look. And I thought it was actually a really cool website. These days with Facebook closing down auctions and stuff, it's really hard to find basically good fish unless you do, unless you have a really good shop, which some people are lucky to have. But for a lot of people, it's online is the way to go. So I reached out after I had paid. I paid the full amount, which I still think was an absolute bargain. I reached out to the seller and just said, hey, look, I do YouTube videos and stuff, and I really want to let people know about AustralianShrimpTrader.com. I don't need anything out of it. I just really want to let people know, basically, that there's this really cool site available. So I said, can you just give me a bit more background, and we'll make sure that people are aware of the website and they can go and participate in the auctions and pick up some really cool shrimp. I certainly wish that I knew about it earlier. So yeah, as far as I know, I haven't got any special treatment or anything, and I paid just like anybody else who would normally pick up shrimp, either from the Gumtree ads or from the actual website. So it looks like Marty has hooked me up with a few little extras that I wasn't expecting, so thanks a lot for that. But before we rip in and have a bit of a look at what we've got here, I'll just run you down a bit of the background that I was provided and that I want to pass on to you guys. So the first things first, as you may or may not know, Facebook discontinued the sale of live animals on their platform, which created a real issue in the market. Beforehand, a lot of people were buying and selling their fish, their breeding stock and all that via Facebook, and it was a really easy and convenient way to buy and sell shrimp from a hobbyist perspective. But once that finished, it was really hard. Some people went to different platforms, but Marty decided to set up AustralianShrimpTrader.com. And what this is a platform where hobbyists can go sell their shrimp, buy their shrimp, participate in auctions of different plants, shrimp, other little items like your Indian almond leaves and stuff like that. And yeah, I think it's a really great sort of hobbyist driven site, and it's a way that you can actually buy and sell shrimp a bit easier than going through the Gumtree route. We do know that they can be fraught with issues buying and selling on Gumtree, so I think it's really great that somebody used the initiative to set up a website such as AustralianShrimpTrader.com. However, as we know, sometimes people like to just get updated through their Facebook feed and stuff like that. So also he decided to set up Australian Shrimp Classifieds on Facebook. So what you can do is, if you like them on Facebook, you will get basically advertisements of what auctions and stuff are available, and what you can then go to the website and pick up, which is really good. I think it's really convenient sort of keep everything on the original platform and then send people off from there. Because I know that me personally, I'd be more inclined to be scrolling through Facebook, see something cool, and then go and maybe pick it up. Other than that, if you do want to see some really top quality shrimp, there's also the Australian Shrimp Trader International Forum on Facebook, which is a way that you can see the really top quality shrimp internationally in the world. So that's not so much a sales website, more so a showcasing website, but it's really impressive to see some of the shrimp specimens that are out there. And also, if you're not a massive shrimp fanatic and your life doesn't revolve purely around shrimp, there's Australian Aquarius Hub on Facebook, which has 7,000 people, and it's sort of another hobbyist driven page where people can share all what's going on with their fish and shrimp and everything else that relates to keeping aquariums. So overall, first of all, I was really impressed with the AustralianShrimpTrader.com website. I personally reached out to say I want to tell people about this website. I was really surprised to see all of these little pieces of the web that are forming to really help out you and I and all the other hobbyists that are out there in both the Australian and international markets. So you can go through and have a look at previous auctions and what sort of rolls through the website so that you can get an idea of if there's something that you might like. So before we have a look at the shrimp, let's have a look at what else he sent me here. First of all, we've got some Indian almond leaves, some really nice sized ones, and these are great for all of your sort of bedders, shrimp and all those. So thanks for some Indian almond leaves, I really appreciate that. You can never have too many of those. Looks like we've got a bit of a package here of different shrimp foods and stuff like that, which is really interesting, and you can go deep in the wormhole of shrimp foods. So the first one here is bee shrimp dinner, which I'll give you a look at there. And what it says here is bee shrimp dinner is well-balanced daily main food for ornamental shrimp, rich in amino acids, vitamins, minerals, and all the premium ingredients they need to develop successful molts, growth, thicker shells, and brilliant colours. So this is Australian made and 100% natural, so that's really cool. Thanks for the bee shrimp dinner. And to accompany that, we've got some mulberry mash here, which is 100% ground organic mulberry leaves, dried and processed to trap in goodness and benefits of the leaf. That's really cool. Sometimes you don't want too many leaves in your scape, so I can definitely see the benefits of the mulberry mash. And the last little food here I've got here is vital greens. Finest ingredients from spelt glass, chlorella, alfalfa, kale, spirulina, spinach, broccoli, and wheatgrass, and offers the best nutrition in powdered organic form, ideal for baby shrimplets. It's high in calcium and it has a balanced mix of minerals, so that's really cool too. As well as that, people might not realize, I mean, a lot of people don't realize that you're supposed to feed your shrimp. A lot of people don't, but I certainly recommend that you do. And a lot of people don't realize that you need to provide smaller foods for baby shrimplets too. So that's a really great reminder there, and thanks for that. I really appreciate that. Next off, it looks like we've got a bit of a hat here, which is pretty cool. Let's have a bit of a look at this one. So I'll be definitely repping the merch here. We got the Australian Shrimp Trader hat, which is awesome. I'll be giving you a bit of viral marketing in that, no doubt. What else have we got here? We've got a miniature package here. It feels like Christmas. I'm so shocked. I wasn't expecting anything at all. So yeah, this is a great little bonus, and thanks again. Oh, this is very, very cool. I've been in the market for a fish-related coffee mug, so got the Australian Shrimp Trader coffee mug. That is awesome. That is awesome. I've actually got my coffee right here, so I'll have to make use of this one for sure. Awesome, thanks for that. Looks like we've got some awesome stuff in here as well. We've got some stickers, AustralianShrimpTrader.com stickers. ×2, 2 varieties, awesome. I am starting to collect a few little stickers of people and products that I like, so I might have to in the future put together a bit of a sticker frame, because I don't have the commitment to actually stick stickers to anything, but if I put them in a picture frame, we'll be able to have a look at them, and that would be cool. So we've got here a Australian Shrimp Trader shirt, really cool. So it's got the logo on the sleeve, the front, and the back. And it fits perfectly. So let's rip into the main event here. So first off, we've got a nice cool pack in here, which is going to keep the temperature nice and regulated. Then we've got some miniature little bags here full of suboxetane, which is great for the shrimp to cling onto, and they look all nice and healthy in there. So far so good. Awesome. Another little bag full of suboxetane in here as well. Once again, all the shrimp look nice and healthy, probably due to that consistent temperature that didn't stress them out too much in the bag. These bags are also quite good because they don't really have many corners and stuff like that. They're round bottom, so that shrimp aren't accidentally going to get caught in the corner and then suffocate and all that stuff. So a heap of suboxetane in there, which is going to keep them nice and happy during shipping. Box number 2. So once again, we've got a bunch of suboxetane, and don't know, can you see any shrimp in there? We'll have a good look at them later anyway, but as you can see, they're all happily clinging to the suboxetane in there and nice and happy. No DOAs once again, and probably, I'm sure there's, another cool pack in here as well. So I like that commitment because I do live right down the bottom of Australia where it is quite cold anyway, but just in case we did have a bit of a random weather occurrence, you know that the shrimp aren't going to notice it. And there we go once again. So I think it's time we start drip acclimating these guys, and let's have a bit of a closer look at them. Okay guys, so we're over in the fish room now. This is the tank here that I'm going to set them up in. You can have a bit of a look at the scape there without it being too washed out. But first of all, it's important to acclimate these guys, and I'm going to do a drip acclimation today. And I just want to stress the importance of acclimation because I feel this is where most people go wrong with keeping shrimp. They are a bit of a sensitive species, especially at the beginning. And we're going to be transferring them over to a whole new set of water, probably a whole new temperature as well. So the slower we can do that, the better, and it'll set the shrimp up for the best success moving forward. So I'm going to do a drip acclimation here today. And drip acclimation scares a lot of people, but it doesn't have to be difficult. I'm even going to show you a little bit of a tip today to do it hands-free. First things first, we've got to get the shrimp right here into the drip acclimation container. So let's jump straight across and do that. So just down here, this is the jug that I'm going to use today. You want to use a fairly large one just because it will allow you to do as much acclimation as you really want to do. If you use a smaller one, you will be a bit limited. So this jug here holds about 3.5 litres, which is nearly 1 gallon. So I think that'll be plenty, especially considering the water that we've got here. So all I'm going to do is just cut open the bags and put the shrimp straight in there. Just because they have been shipped from interstate, I just want to make sure that any ammonia buildup is neutralised. So I'm going to just put in a little bit of Seachem Safe just to detoxify any ammonia that has built up whilst they're in transit. So I'll get in and do that. So all the shrimp are in the container now, and it's time to start the drip acclimation. I have left all the suboxetane in there just to let them have the maximum comfort level that they can during the acclimation process. So first up, let me explain how I'm going to set up this hands-free drip acclimation today. So the way I like to do it is I like to just have an air stone on the end for no reason other than it will weigh down this end of the airline hose, so I don't have to worry about clipping it to the top or anything like that. So just put an air stone on one end, we just have some simple airline tube, and then on this end I just have a stainless steel tap which I'm going to use to basically adjust how much flow comes out. Also, it's going to weigh down this end, so we don't have to worry about holding this in the container. So it's just a simple matter then getting a siphon started just by sucking on the end. Clear air hose is good for this purpose because you can actually see the water coming. So I'm just going to put a steady drip. That's probably a bit too fast, but I'm going to adjust it just with my other hand. So this is how fast I'm going to have it drip out now. and just basically take my hands off now and let the tub fill up. So we'll just play the waiting game now, and we'll have some acclimated shrimp hopefully. If you can, it's a good idea to get the drips happening above the water level just to get some oxygenation in the water whilst the acclimation process is occurring. They're nearly finished acclimating now. I just wanted to give you a quick idea of how many shrimp are in here. I've taken most of the supports of the tank out just to have a bit of a look, and they're pretty much ready to put in the tank now. So another quick tip for you, I'm not going to bother counting these, but if you do buy shrimp and you want to count them, good idea is just to take a photo like this angle, and you won't have to lose count as they move around. Just take a photo, count them off the photo. It'll be a lot easier for you. Alright, so it's time to get these guys out and into the tank now. To do so, pull the air stone straight out, and that will clear the water out of the line. And then you can just wrap this up and use it next time you need to drip acclimate something. And now I'm just going to strain the shrimp through the water. I don't really have to because there's not really anything else in here, but I'm just going to do it for the sake of habit really, and also so we get a good shot of them all swimming out of the net. Time to swim free. Usually, especially with shrimp, they like to just cling onto the net, so they might need a little bit of convincing. But we've got a fair little horde of shrimp here, which I'm excited about because there's actually way more than 60 in here, I think, but we'll probably never be able to see most of them ever again, so looks like they're quite comfortable in the net. They might be here for a little while. I just decided to throw some of that shrimp food in that I was sent, and it seems to be a hit, so here you can see one of the shrimp chowing down on the old shrimp food. Alright guys, well there you go, hopefully you enjoyed this. I do just want to stress once again that this was not in any way a paid endorsement. I paid for these shrimp. I was surprised to get those little bonuses that came in the package, but really, I just wanted to let you guys know about a website that I stumbled upon, but to find out all the other background information, that was really interesting as well. So if you liked the video, please smash the like button, hit the sub button, and ding the little notification bell, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.